What's up, Sagittarius? It is Robin here with AriesFireTarot, and it's time for your super excellent bonus reading for being my channel's most loyal fans. I just did love readings, and I don't think I'm gonna do them again because they're just, nobody watches them. It's like nobody wants a love reading. I'm like, okay, well, I was inspired to do them and they kind of tanked. So I was like, well, that was a waste of time. But anyway, you guys still had the highest views on those. So thank you very much for that. And thank you for your continued loyalty and comments and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. I think some of you may have seen that I recently passed 5,000 subscribers, which absolutely like blows my mind. So thank you for that. So like I was saying, I'm doing your bonus reading. I'm using the Gilded Tarot. This is my favorite deck to use. And right now I'm being asked to actually shuffle the Romance Angels Oracle card deck. And this is not always about romance. So to kick off the reading, I'm going to change the angle down to the cards right away. And then I'll come back to do an outro afterwards. So one moment, please. Okay, we're back. So here we're going to take a Romance Angel Oracle card and see what's going on. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That's interesting. Interesting for you, Sagittarius. So let's see what this means, right? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Like, I don't always interpret these cards as if they were a love card. So maybe, what's this express your love all about? And let's pull some Gilded Tarot cards. My bestest friend in the deck world. Page of Cups. Guys, honestly, this card is about a romantic invitation. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to come to you. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And then this is about a romantic invitation. You know, when I do these general readings, I just have to go with what the cards express to me. Like, express your love, what they're saying. Page of Cups is a very romantic person. You know, like, I'm getting like the Rhett Butler kind, you know, where he's just so dreamy. And that could be, you know, I talk about men being a romantic partner because that's like, I'm into men. So, but whatever fits your style, right? So, got the Sun card. So the sun is the most powerful thing in our universe. And what I'm seeing here is, like, every sign in the astrology is here. And I think this is you guys. The Page of Cups. I think you're a little bit afraid to go and like tell people how you really feel about them. Like, regardless of who they are in your life. I don't think it necessarily has to be a romantic partner. There could be a friend, or I think for some of you, even your pets, for some reason, that you need to just go and sort of express how you're feeling. Maybe go out of your way a little bit more for people. And I'm not talking about doing things physically. Like, I'm not talking about running errands for people. I'm seeing more like opening up, like the expression. Got the King of Pentacles. This is very interesting. So the King of Pentacles likes to build his own world. This is really interesting reading here. I'm being asked to pull another card here. Unreal. Okay, here we go. One more. So I really want to see what's going on with the King of Pentacles and how does he fit in here? Your love life is being affected by children. Can you see those? Here, let me move these over a little bit. Your love life is being affected by children. This is very, very interesting because we have up here to express yourself, and then your love life is being affected by children. I think some of you you actually have some inner healing to do. Some scars left over from childhood, yours or your own children. So you guys can't see this. Like when I was doing readings, like with the camera at my face, I touch the cards so I can get more energy from them. And this card is talking to me right now. It's like you guys built up your life around a trauma. Like just for years and years, I'm seeing going here and sort of trying to remain as bright as the sun. Children. I think it's your childhood. I think some of you, honestly, guys, and I mean this with the utmost respect, I think some of you may have been less of a parent than you would have liked to been. And now you're kind of looking back and saying, I wish I could have done that better. But seriously, I think everybody does that as a parent, you know. So I think you need to know here, if this is you and looking back on what kind of a job you did as a parent and you're sort of locked away in a prison about that. You know, everybody does the best that they can in the time that they can with the knowledge that they have in that moment. So I really just see wounded patterns from childhood or really feeling bad about parenting style or technique or like mistakes that you perceived yourself to make, and not forgiving yourself or not forgiving your parents, and for some of you all the way around, which is I'm seeing here this cycle with the sun. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards, you guys. So this express your love card, I think you need to be like expressing this love to yourself if you think that you like hashed it up as a parent and I don't know who, like I have a lot of friends and I don't know anybody that says that their parents were perfect, and like I have children and I certainly wasn't a perfect parent. It's really important not to get stuck in this old energy, and I just see you going around and around, like, and taking this journey around the sun, and this is like reflective of years and years of childhood trauma. Some of you could, like I said before, it could be your own childhood and then a repeated cycle that you promised yourself that you would never do, but that ended up happening anyway because that's what you knew and nobody taught you any better. And this could still be happening to you. You could be stuck like not knowing what to do with your kids, you know? But love comes into this somewhere, and then the King of Pentacles is saying, okay, well, it's never too late to change anything, right? If you're stuck here in this childhood trauma, whatever end you're at, or you're at the middle, it's never too late to change it. You can still change it. King of Pentacles makes his own reality. Page of Cups is like, there's love there for you, regardless of any sort of damage or trauma I'm seeing here. Got the Empress. So the Empress, she lives for today. She's in this moment. You know, she is she's not above reality, but she doesn't let things that are not a factor anymore affect her. I'm really seeing this as like before and after for people. Not really before and after, but you know what I mean? It's like you were like, you did not have a great childhood, or you didn't provide the most amazing parenting experience, like in your opinion, right? I'm not making any accusations here, you guys. I'm just seeing this in the cards here right now. That there's a bit of a stuck energy related to parenting, childhood. This keeps pulling me in quite a bit. Let's go over here. Very interesting, guys. Okay, so I pulled the Eight of Swords. On this card here, your love life is being affected by children, and I think this is just your life in general. So Eight of Swords is really being trapped in your own thoughts and not being able to let the past go a little bit. You know, if you're grown up and you had a crappy childhood, I get it, you know, guys, you know, I've been through everything, so I understand. But sometimes the way we think about things can make a situation even worse, and if it's over, let it be over. And the same applies if you think that you could have done a better job raising your children. You know, like you did the best you could, just like your parents did the best they could, even if it was not the best job. Everybody's doing the best that they can at the level they're at in that moment. So you have, like, try to keep remembering that, you guys. But you're stuck here. It's time to take a break from that. We've got the Nine of Wands here. We've got a soldier here on his knee. He's been through quite a bit. You can see all these wands behind him, and he's looking into his future. And it's like there's just, this is like sort of the next chapter of your life, you know, and being able to move on. So it's like, I think that some serious introspection is needed here, guys, because you're going from here to here. And how do you get there? Got the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is definitely strung out thinking. I think that something happened to put you guys back in this frame of mind. And I think it's kind of a distraction from what is going on in your life right now. It's a valid distraction, you guys, but going back and putting yourself through this all over again, it's not doing yourself any favors. So I'm just seeing that this is the past, like the children. Your life is being affected by childhood trauma, like, or your trauma as a parent. It's like keeping you a prisoner here. So you need to take a break from that, and also take a break from those sleepless nights where you're just like, I wish I had done that better. You know, I tried my best. And you've got an angel message here. So angel number's 99, you guys. So after the reading here, you guys can check that out. Angel number's 99. And this is your future to express your love. I mean, if you feel like you weren't the best parent, or you could have done a better job, like, speak that out, you know, say, I did the best I can. You know, if you haven't approached the subject with your children, they don't intrinsically know that, you know, you have feelings about how that could have gone better, or maybe you had something going on and it affected how you parented, or conversely, forgiving your parents for not doing what you would have liked to have as a parent. You know, it's a very tricky situation, you guys. And I don't think anybody knows how it feels until they're in that situation. And then for those of us, or those of you watching that, you don't have a whole lot of money and, you know, things are really stressful. It can really affect parenting. So, forgiveness or an apology could be needed here to express that. Here's the invitation. This is you extending that to somebody else, like sending that love. You know, so like this cycle, it just needs to improve. Like I just see that there's too many trips around the sun in this pain. And you can turn things around. I think you think that you don't have enough power, or you won't be forgiven, or you cannot extend forgiveness. But you can, because you got the King of Pentacles here. You're a lot stronger than you're giving yourself credit for. You're really pinning yourself in here. And then you've got the High Priestess. Like, and I think once all of this other stuff happens, you'll feel so much better. I mean, nobody knows what's in your heart, really, until you explain it. Pretty intense reading, Sag. Let me do one more card here. Yeah, exactly. It's time to move on, guys. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. Thought I'd close out up here with you guys. So yeah, there's some sort of trauma being held within you. It's still getting to you. And I think some of you have this going back, you know, if you're around my age and you're holding on to childhood trauma, like, you know, could be 40, 50 years. I'm 54, by the way. So that's a long time to hold on to things. And if you're the adult and your kids are grown and you're still holding on to that, you have to forgive yourself and you have to forgive others, and not really for anybody else, but for yourself, so you can go, wow, I can finally let that wound close. Because walking around with a gaping open wound is very painful, and it takes very little input from somebody else, because you're already wide open raw, right? You have to let that close. And then I know that sometimes, you know, when a wound is closed and there's a scar over it, sometimes we'll go back and sort of touch the scar to see if it's still there. It is, you know, it didn't go anywhere. But being able to release yourself from ancient pain, or to provide forgiveness to somebody, like even if they're passed on, like say you're a certain age and you still are holding a grudge against your parents, and they're, you know, they've passed away, you can still forgive them. You can still release them. You can write a letter. You can do a meditation to forgive somebody. You know, you can just move on. And you've got the Wheel of Fortune. It's time to move on, you guys. It's time to release that ancient pain and let it go. You know, like people come down here, and I don't know what your beliefs are, but, you know, there's a school of thought that believes that people, they pick their experiences for when they come down here. Like their soul enters a specific body in a specific family to go through certain experiences, right? So, you know, and sometimes some things are, people go through some really intense stuff. I'm not trying to say or minimize anything that you could have been through as a parent or a child. It's just the forgiveness is for you, right? And the way that you can do that is to express it and then let it go. So I find this is a really, really fascinating read for you guys. Let me know if this resonates. Let me know if this is able to give you a little bit of strength to move on and do the thing that you need to do for your heart, for your soul, so that you can close those wounds, let them scar over, move on to another chapter, another more calm chapter of your life. So guys, really, really intense reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for you guys, and we'll see you back another time. Take care, Sag. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Yay! Bye.